Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Thursday, the 4th day of March. It's a good day, too, March 4th.
Wow.
It's National Grammar Day today. Not Grandma Day. That's every day. But grammar. So you want to speak goodly today. Okay, speak well. National Hug a GI Day today. Marching Music Day today. National Pound Cake Day today. I punched my fist when I said that.
Yes,
I don't think you need to do that when you eat pound cake. National Sons Day today. And National Hospitalists Day today.
Hospitalists?
Yeah, I don't know what that's kind of typed funny. So maybe it's Hospital Day and I just read it weird. I don't know. And I got a Dear John letter. And usually our Dear John letters are anonymous. And we can always keep them anonymous. But in this particular case, they said, hey, I kind of don't want it to be anonymous because I want my husband to know that I love him.
Aww.
And she's trying to come up with some really cool ways to continue to let him know. So if you are a lovey-dovey type and you've got some fun ideas on how to let this lady's husband know that she loves him, maybe we can all chime in and give some ideas. I've got some fun ones. We're going to chat about that coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A new study says consumers are willing to pay more for beef than plant-based alternatives. And I think a lot of that would depend on the consumer. But
I would have to agree with that completely.
And I would say a lot of consumers would probably rather have that. But there are some who they wouldn't take beef over plant-based no matter how much it was the difference in cost.
You could pay me and I wouldn't eat a plant-based alternative.
That was the number one answer on this story online.
Is it?
People were like, you'd have to pay me to even try it. So clearly not everyone's into that. Next story here. Researchers from the RAND Corporation say more teachers are leaving classrooms due to COVID-related stress than for any other reason over the last year. They're giving up teaching. The intense stress is creating too much negative energy for the teachers. Respondents cite having much more work right now, many more work hours, challenging teaching problems like the whole class in a remote setting has been difficult.
I bet.
Frequent technical issues is a big struggle.
I bet.
And it's driving up stress levels for many teachers. So if you know a teacher, maybe just reach out and let them know that you think they're doing an awesome job. That'd be a good thing. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. Police say they arrested a Brunswick man not once but twice in the same day. He tried to tackle an officer the second time. 26-year-old Christopher Bement, B-E-M-E-N-T, was arrested after a traffic stop. They found cocaine and a firearm that he wasn't supposed to have and a large sum of cash. He was released on bail the same day. As their investigation continued, they served a warrant at his home the next day, within 24 hours actually, and he attempted to tackle an officer. That's when they found more drugs and more money and fentanyl and more guns.
Oh my gosh.
Charged with violations of his condition of his release. He was also charged with refusing to submit to arrest or detention, assault on an officer, unlawful possession of a scheduled drug. Being held now without bail in jail.
It probably should have been done the first time.
Well, they thought maybe that he
they thought
good guy, but he wasn't. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com. Actress Rose McGowan. You know who that is?
Yes.
What movie would I know her from? Because I know the name.
Yeah, you know her.
I can't think of what I know her
couldn't
from.
even tell you what she's in, but you know her.
She revealed that she is now permanently a resident of Mexico. In a recent interview, McGowan stated that back early last year, early 2020, right after the start of the COVID pandemic, she first headed south for Mexico. The sad thing is, online, people are making fun of that particular line. They're going, she headed south in 2020. Her career headed south in 2015. So that's why I'm trying to figure out who she is. And I should have just clicked and looked for a photo. I'm sure I would recognize her.
You would.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they are the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to news.
Oh, yes, they are.
This story, now they say, we feel no obligation to choose a traditional royal name for our new baby. So, did somebody ask them if they were going to? I'm not really sure.
I think as a prince, you're kind of expected
Are you supposed to?
Yeah.
So I wonder what they're going to name their child then.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Probably something random, like all celebrities do.
You never know. Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and baby ? Maybe that's what they'll just name them. Thanks for listening to Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. Bruce Springsteen appeared in court Wednesday on DWI charges. He's supposed to go back on tour in the fall. The good news is he's not driving the tour bus. I'm just saying, So at a certain point in someone's career like that, he really doesn't even need a driver's license. He can get from place to place.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying it would be a much bigger deal for somebody like you or me because we don't have chauffeurs and tour buses. We have none of that.
Right.
So, I'm not trying to make light of this whole subject because it's a
will
bad
he
deal.
be on probation where he can't leave the state? Or will, you know what I mean? Because
I don't think so.
After
Is that how
something
it
like
works?
this, a lot of times you have to blow every day to prove that you haven't been drinking.
Can you do that on the road? I don't know how that works.
I don't know. I'm sure for certain people they make exceptions.
I don't know how any of this works, but I do have a link to the story if you want to read the details. Miley Cyrus was spotted in the Beverly Hills with her rescue pit bull named Angel.
In the Beverly Hills.
Did I say
you
it
know
wrong?
how old you just sounded there?
I added that word. Let me read the headline again. I want to seem hip and cool. Hey, cool cats and kittens. Miley Cyrus was spotted in Beverly Hills with her rescue bull. Ah, dang it. Rescue pit bull Angel. That's the end of the story, by the way. That's why I read it again, because
That's nice.
there's literally nothing else to it. That is it. There's nothing more. Why is that a story?
I have no idea.
A survey finds 95% of Americans share their passwords with family and friends. And we have done that with like our Wi-Fi password at our house. Our kids know it.
Yeah.
And I think their friends know it, and their friends' friends
Yep.
know it, and neighbors know it, and random strangers walking by know it. I'm like, oh, why there's so many devices on our Wi-Fi? We should really change that. Heidi, it's no longer password 1234. So 95% of Americans will share their passwords with family and friends. That's a pretty surprising number. I would have not guessed it to be that high. I would have guessed it to be much lower than that. Put a guy in a dental chair, and he turns into a wimp. Yeah. In a new survey, 49% of dentists say that males are more anxious when it comes to dental appointments than females. Only 15% thought females were the scaredy cats. In the survey, boys generally are no more afraid than girls, but as they get older, as the boys become young men and become men, that is when the gender gap widens. By the time patients hit their 40s, there are 4 dental phobic men for every 1 anxious woman. One reason may be that men don't take good care of their teeth like women do, so they typically need a whole lot more work
Yeah, when they go
done.
in, there's more that has to be done. I
Yeah.
suppose.
So
I can
it's not
see that.
just, oh, wow, you've been flossing and you've done a good job and everything looks fantastic. And then
Yep, I can see
go in
that.
there and I open my mouth and I go, huh. Oh, yeah, hang on a second. I'm going to take my break right now. Somebody else want to come in here?
Our poor dentist.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
I'm really excited to hear your response to this, Heidi. And I also got to say, I am super proud of the people who have already chimed in. And I know there are some others that are going to hear this on the radio and they're going to go, you know what? I should go give some advice as well. We posted this, I don't know if it was Tuesday, Monday, whenever it was, on Facebook, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And I got a message a couple weeks back from Tanya, super nice young lady. And she says, I listen to the program all the time. And then she had reached out and said, I've got a Dear John letter, but I got a weird question. Would you mind if I don't make it anonymous?
No, we don't care.
We do that usually because people don't necessarily want people
Right.
knowing. But I'll read the letter now and you'll understand why. Here we go. Dear John, I know these letters are usually anonymous, but this one doesn't have to be. My husband, Dan, is the greatest. We were high school sweethearts 30 years ago, but we each went our own way. We each married someone else, and we had amazing children. About 10 years ago, I was fortunate enough to get the love of my life back as my husband. Dan is a blessing to my kids and a very hard worker, turning down absolutely no job that he's asked to do, as well as side jobs to provide whatever it takes for our family. I'm very proud of him, and I love him so very much. We do household chores together, plus we work at the school together, and we run our own cleaning business together. What can I do to show him that I appreciate him the highest? I'm so thankful to have him back in my life. I tell him that often, but I wondered if you had any fun ideas to share. Signed, Tanya in love. I think that is just awesome.
That's very sweet.
And I think it's cool that they were high school sweethearts. And then, that happens to a lot of people. They go separate directions, but it just happened 10 years ago that they both kind of came back to the same direction. And I think that's really, really neat. I've been married 10 years now. Heidi, this gorgeous woman sitting over here, she and I have been married 21 years now.
Have.
And I'll tell you something that Heidi does all the time that I think is really kind of cool. I used to travel, a job that I had before this, and I would unpack my stuff and I'd open things up and there's a little note from Heidi, and it just meant the world to me to have just a little handwritten note. So there's one thing you can do, and that literally doesn't cost you anything. It's just a little bit of time, and it's just a way to let somebody know that, hey, I was thinking of you.
Right.
So what kind of things do you think would be a fun thing for Tanya to do to let Dan
First of all,
know?
I think she's off to an awesome start. Just this
Yeah.
alone is
pretty cool.
Super cute. It might be kind of cool to bring back some of those high school memories.
Oh, yeah.
Like if there was a movie that you two went to in high school, maybe get that movie and plan a carpet picnic and just an at-home date night, just the two of you. Send the kids to grandma and grandpa's or whatever. And
it doesn't say how old the kids are. so I
yeah,
don't know
maybe
if
they
the
don't
kids
have
are-
little ones at home or, whatever, if it's just the two of them, but just maybe bring back some of the young love back into your relationship.
Absolutely. And if you get a chance and you would like to chime in with some of your own ideas, I encourage that. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. It's where you would go to chime in with your advice. There were some really fun ones on there, and I'm trying to click on here right now, and my computer's not working. So I guess we're not going to get those. But you can find them again at Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And one of the things, again, that Heidi does is she knows the way to my heart is directly through my stomach. And we just read something. I'm trying to think of where we read that. It was talking about, it was a study that said people will marry somebody for their good cooks over their good looks.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, hey, she's a really good cook. They were more attracted to the fact that they were an amazing cook. So I don't know if you're an amazing cook or not, but if there's something that you make that he's a big fan of,
Make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's one of the other things that I would say. We had a letter a couple weeks ago where there was a concern that, they were working together. They were together all the time. And one of the things that that letter was talking about is, he kept kind of interrupting when she was working. And we have a person who chimes in with advice that's actually like a psychologist. And one of the things
like
she
a
said,
real professional.
she chimes in with advice all the time, which is awesome.
You
but
just play them on the radio.
she said on there, carve out some time that's just, your time, just for the two of you. because he's doing this because he wants your attention. So give him some time, set aside some time just for the two of you. I would say that would work here as well. To show him that you love him, say, hey, you know what? We're going to take this day. I know we've got these chores to do. I know I got this to do, but it's just us. Whatever you want to do, we're going to do that.
And it might be kind of fun just to get a little flirty when you're like cleaning, like suck his butt with the vacuum cleaner.
Wow. Can't believe that was just on the radio. There's much better advice on our Facebook page. You can chime in, and
That was solid advice.
It really was. You can also chime in with your own letter for next week if you'd like. You can do that right on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Eating dandelions can make you urine more often.
Urine?
Why would eating dandelions will make you urinate more often.
Okay.
Make you urinate. I'm sorry. When are we getting my eyes checked again? It's soon, I believe. Oh my goodness. How long have I had the same prescription?
Oh my gosh, years.
Yeah, like
years.
I bet it's 10. At least 10 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
real close
probably.
to it. Maybe 8 years. Something like that. Clearly time for a new prescription. But eating dandelions can make you urinate more often. I don't know why anybody would want to do that.
Well, I mean,
Why would you want to eat dandelions, and why would you want to urinate more often?
if you're trying to lose weight,
I suppose.
you'd want to urinate more often.
Well, now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Russia. Packs of dogs in eastern Russia are inexplicably turning pink and blue. This bizarre phenomenon has occurred near an abandoned chemical plant that once manufactured highly toxic hydrosonic acid.
Oh, no.
Which is a core ingredient in one commonly used Prussia blue dye. So there's a dye called Prussian blue, and this ingredient was in it. Now, dogs are turning pink and blue, which sounds adorable, but they're saying, stay away from them.
It's dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not good for the dogs.
Bad.
Maybe not too good for you neither. So
Poor thing.
absolutely. What a bizarre story. It's a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A woman was arrested Monday after she allegedly robbed a bank in Florida in an electric wheelchair. This is such a weird story. And she threatened, quote, to kill everyone.
Oh,
end
my.
quote. The unidentified woman got into an argument with a teller. And then before announcing she was going to rob the place, she said the woman was given cash before leaving the bank, located a few blocks from the sheriff's headquarters, by the way. She was taken into custody a short time later. Nobody was injured during the robbery. Authorities added the woman never displayed a weapon. They described her as a 39-year-old black woman who typically uses an electric wheelchair to get around. She was last seen wearing silver and black face mask.
Oh, my goodness.
What a bizarre
That is so bizarre because
story.
you know you aren't getting away very fast.
No.
I mean,
Like,
what is your plan
here?
there once you get the cash and you
Unless-
try to leave
Unless
quickly?
you soup up that electric wheelchair.
Right?
Turbo and you're going
Big
90.
time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that the whole thing is bizarre. That's why it's today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by redcrossblood.org. According to police, a man was arrested after he fired several shots toward a business in Colorado Springs. Then he shot himself in the leg. Not sure why he did that.
Nice.
Police say it happened about 1:15 in the morning in a parking lot of a business on South Academy Boulevard. Multiple people got into a fight. Afterward, one of them started firing shots toward the business. In the process, he shot himself in the leg. Police say the suspect left the scene but was later arrested without further incident. Nobody was injured. I'm assuming there was alcohol involved, but it doesn't say that in the story.
Most likely.
1:15 in the morning. I'm assuming, but again, it
you
doesn't.
never know, but
you never know.
most likely.
So that's why it's here, and it's not our brain on drugs. But if I was a betting man. This is today's Moment of Duh, brought to you by redcrossblood.org.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. All right, Heidi, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's see which one. How about this one? Creekview, Rochester, New York. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Creekview.
I'm going to say rehab center.
Good job. Golf clap for Heidi.
Nice.
It is a rehab center with a golf course. Just kidding. But wouldn't that be fun to have that? No, it is a rehab center. Creekview, Rochester, New York. Good job. That's how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center on the John and Heidi Show?
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. So we talked about a couple of different things over the last week here. Just awesome people doing awesome things. Like there was a grocery store that lost power. They let customers leave with free groceries.
Awesome.
A Texas restaurant that offered free meals, no questions asked.
Awesome.
A furniture store that provided shelter or warm meals to Texans with no power. So many cool stories, but I got to read this one. I have to read this one.
All
And a
right.
huge thank you to everybody that sends these things over. But this one, Heidi's going to love it too. Here's the headline. 92-year-old. Oh, I clicked the little button. It's playing the video. I was wondering, where was that noise coming from? Here's the headline. 92-year-old local hero shovels snow for his neighbor. He's 92.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So temperatures were freezing cold in Arkansas, and 92-year-old Jen Sheridan, no, I think that's his name is Leroy. Leroy came over, and he shoveled Jen Sheridan's driveway. And it said in the story here, everyone should have a 92-year-old neighbor hero who brings a snow shovel and shovels your driveway and your front porch off. That's what she wrote in her Facebook post. Leroy, by the way, is a World War II Air Force veteran. He married the love of his life and served in Germany. After the war, Ann and Leroy returned to the States and eventually retired in Bella Vista. They've been in that same location about 30 years. The entire neighborhood loves him dearly, from the 20-somethings to the 80-year-old widows, she went on to say. She said, I love this man. What a stud, another person wrote. Sheridan added that Leroy often comes by to play with her dogs, her dog Maggie, and she said that Leroy and Annie are a local treasure. So how cool
love
is that? So he and his wife live next door to this lady, and it says, as people watch Leroy and Annie do things for other people, a younger generation witnesses and learns how to build community. The random acts of kindness are what Leroy and Annie's legacies are to our community.
Oh,
Isn't that just great?
Absolutely.
I love that.
Awesome.
And there's a photo here of Leroy shoveling the walk and the sidewalk. And then there's a little bit of video here, too. It's all in the show notes. Thank you, by the way, to the people who send all of these fun, amazing, awesome stories, because that is just great. And if you'd like to see those, or if you'd like to chime in with advice for our Dear John letter today, you can do all of that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.